Hello friends, and welcome to Jilu's Kitchen. You know, the fall weather and Thanksgiving being right around the corner reminds you of cranberries, warm spices, and all the baked goods at home. So to incorporate some of those feelings today, I'm going to be showing you how to make pistachio, cranberry, shortbread cookies. So let's go through the list of ingredients of what we need. It's super easy, it's not all that hard. 2/3 cups of white granulated sugar, 1 cup of unsalted pistachios, shelled of course, and this is something that I've coarsely chopped up, 1 cup of dried cranberries or frozen cranberries, coarsely chopped up again, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 sticks of butter, room temperature, or this is 1 cup, 2 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, and these are the ingredients that we need. So we start with creaming the butter and the sugar together. So, and you really want to use, I'm using unsalted sweet cream butter, but if you use, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt into my flour. But if you're using salted butter, then you want to omit using the salt in your flour. So let me undo this. Now that I've undid the butter sticks, I'm going to cream it. So it's very important that you bring it down to room temperature, otherwise it takes forever to cream it. So this will take about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so we're almost done with creaming the butter. I'm going to add the granulated sugar little by little to fully incorporate this. And you want to make sure that the sugar is completely incorporated or creamed in properly with the butter. So this will take about another couple more minutes to completely mix both of them in. You can always use a spatula to make sure that you bring the butter into the middle so that it creams properly. So guys, I'm almost done. So I'm just increasing the speed a little bit. Now that this is creamed together properly, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So it's a half a teaspoon measurement that I have in my hand. So it's half and half, 1 teaspoon. I'm going to make sure you mix that into properly. So before I start using the egg beater again, I just want to make sure that I fold everything into the middle so that vanilla gets mixed in properly. Now that my sugar and my butter is creamed properly, I'm going to fold in my all-purpose flour into it. But before I do that, since I used unsalted butter, I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of salt into it, and I'm going to mix that properly, and I'm going to slowly add the flour. And I'm going to, so this batter will be a little tight as compared to a cake batter because it's a cookie, so you want to be able to roll the dough and shape it into the cookie shape you want. So people, I switched from using a spatula to using my hands to incorporate this butter and the sugar mixture with my flour. So if you feel that you cannot form this into a solid dough and you need a little bit more moisture or liquid to it, what I do is just add a little bit of milk. So there's no measurement to this, but you've got to feel your way through to see that you're not adding a lot of milk because you don't want it to be too soft, but yet at the same time you want to be able to mix this. And this is a perfect time to fold in your chopped pistachios and your chopped cranberries. And you want to make sure that every bite of the cookie has a pistachio and a cranberry taste to it. So you want to make sure that you mix it well together and then form the log. So as you see, this dough is almost formed. It's all coming together. So what I want to do is now roll this out a little bit and form it into two almost equal sized portions. And you can shape your cookies however you like. You can make it round, you can make it square, you can make it however. But what I traditionally do, and I just want to make sure that I get the last bits of everything. Like I said, it's almost equal. It doesn't have to be. So you might get like 10 cookies out of one and 12 cookies out of the other. So I keep rolling this. Let me put this in here. Using both your hands together, you want to make sure that the dough doesn't fall apart, but at the same time, it's equal thickness all over, and you keep rolling it. If you have a cutting board, you can always use that. So if I now cut it, it will be about 1 inch, 1.5 inch cookie. So this log is ready. So what I'm going to do to this one is I'm going to take a little bit, you can take either parchment paper, wax paper, or clear plastic wrap. And you want to make sure that you pull out a pretty decent length. Fold it on your kitchen counter. Put the log. And you want to wrap it tightly and refrigerate it so that the dough becomes a little tight so that you can cut it, and when you cut it, it doesn't break. And you want to refrigerate this, if you want to bake it today itself, you want to refrigerate this about 2 to 3 hours. And you can keep this for 2 to 3 days in your refrigerator. So that's one good thing about this cookie dough. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Shape it into a log and refrigerate it for 2 to 3 hours. Welcome back. It's been about 3 hours or so, and I took the cookie log out of the refrigerator. As you can see, it's firm and it's ready to be cut and baked. So my oven's preheating at 325 degrees, and I'm going to try to cut it as with equal thickness if possible. There we go. Ah, awesome. See, every bite will get cranberries and pistachios in there. Oops, that broke, but that's okay, that's okay. You can always put it together and that'll take care of it. That's what happens when you try to cut it as thin as possible sometimes. off it. So I've lined my cookie sheet with parchment paper, easy cleanup. And let me finish cutting this. There we go. Okay, so I've lined my cookie sheet. This is about like 17 cookies or so in here. I have the other log still sitting in the refrigerator, so I'm going to try bake this one at a time. My oven is preheating to 325, and this takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Everybody, while my oven is preheating, I just wanted to ask if anybody tried any of my recipes that I've posted online, and please do leave me comments and positive criticisms so that it encourages me to add more to the recipes. And if you have any suggestions as to what you would like to see in the future, please let me know of that too. Okay. And please don't forget to share and subscribe to my videos at Jilu's Kitchen. It's about 20 minutes and I just peeked into the oven, and guess what? The cookies are done. So the house smells amazing. It's the beginning of my baking season, the holiday season. There we go. I've got my cooling racks lined up, and I'm going to be placing my cookies one at a time on those racks. And I have my second tray ready to go into the oven. So, okay, now that the first batch of cookies is sufficiently cooled enough, I'm going to try one and let you know how yummy it is. It's crunchy, right amount of sugar. You can taste the cranberries and the pistachios, and it's really nice. And folks, please don't forget to subscribe to my videos, and I will be putting in links to Amazon.com for all the products that I have used. And thank you so much for your support, encouragement, and positive criticism.